I think disappointed is probably a better description, because I thought we had a chance to bring him back. I know how good a thing that we had with him, and you know, I knew it could go either way. He's a great player, and a lot of teams wanted him. So he earned the right to do it, and he earned the right to make that decision.
Terry, obviously the roster has really changed. I mean, Wes is gone, Nick's gone.
Just keep going.
I don't have to how is it for you now, looking at the roster and the challenge you're going to have?
You know, honestly, it's I'm kind of going into it like 3 years ago when I got the job. You know, we had a relatively young roster. We had a lot of new players. I was a new coach. I'm looking forward to the opportunity to coach in this team. How it's going to come together. It's really from a coaching standpoint, that's we can have fun with it. You know, and a lot of the principles aren't going to change as far as what we want to get accomplished at both ends of the court. But getting a group to coaching is getting a group of players together and having them assimilate and playing together and watch them come together. A lot of young players getting better, and as a coach, you enjoy seeing that. So, you know, it's going back 3 years. That's kind of where we were.
Is the challenge in deciding how to play? Are you going to make major changes, or?
It's early for that. I don't see us making a lot of changes defensively. I think we've really grown over our 3 years here and established a defensive style that has been has given good results, and I don't see much changes in that. From an offensive standpoint, getting to know the players, their strengths and weaknesses, how we can get them together. But I do know that the fundamental things that I want to do, I still want to run, I want to pass the ball, I want guys playing together, and that part of the style, maybe we don't shoot as many threes. You know, when you lose Wes and you lose Nick, maybe that part of it changes to a degree, but fundamentally, I don't think will change much.
It seems like you might be better equipped to run now with some of the athleticism.
You know, I've been on a lot of different teams as far as running. You know, whether you have a point guard that pushes it up or passes it ahead, whether you have wings that run, if you have a big man that runs the court, there are different ways to run. Even though we weren't a running team per se, I did like the idea that we were pushing it up and moving the ball around. So we're not going to be 7 seconds or less, but I think pushing it up and being able to utilize the clock is always going to be important.
What's the last month been like for you, sitting back and watching how it all unfolds?
You know, it was so much different than last season. Last season we knew we were having 13 players come back from the previous year's team. In June we had 6, 7, 8 players from the roster in the gym working, so you knew you had that continuity, and this year was such a contrast from last season. But as I said, it's exciting. I didn't let myself or staff get too caught up in what the roster was going to be, because we had no idea whether LaMarcus came back or he didn't come back. If he didn't come back, who was going to fill the spots? You can't. I think it's in the coach's nature to start planning and thinking ahead, and we weren't afforded that luxury. So it was exciting to see which direction the team was going without really having an idea which way it was going to go.